Now pitching in relief for Kennewick Dusters, number 21, Blake Marbo. Fans, let's give these two teams a round of applause. Great ball game going on right here. Now batting for Gonzaga, number 18, Jackson Johnson. Right field, guys. Now batting number 9, Joe Coombs.
Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Turn that up. Let's see here.
Pinch hitter number 11, Dylan McGillen.
Both of these things up. Do I even need that? Probably not. Alright, well, let's see here. Once both mics are up. Huh. Let's see what I got here. Swing and miss. Everybody's going to advance a base. Okay. Nice swing and a miss. He's out.
Now batting number 3, Hunter Wallace.
Lim.
Remember, Dietrich? Hi. How are you? What we want, look, you have a queen seat. Boy, you don't have a big window.
No, I don't.
I can stand, she's quite sick. But the windows.
Now batting number 12, Dylan McGinney.
Well, how'd you get this gig?
Glenn here.
Huh?
Glenn here. He's working for. So they were trying to figure out how to do these games.
Dietrich Allen.
Yeah, Glenn suggested me. They usually work with the guys in Centralia. See if they can bring some crew up. And Centralia's, they're doing something today, so they didn't have them. But he started out with nobody, and he ended up with 3.
How am I getting to see him? Well, we'll get you over there so you can see. Have you got the lines and all
I
yet?
haven't got the line. I think they expected radio broadcast. It's like coaching.
How's your life going?
Pretty good.
You still with the,
Reported that?
first thing you do, right?
Definitely. No, Caleb come to the union and talking to them on provide social stuff for them. And it kind of worked into a sort of a full number. Although we've been at this about a month, and they haven't got all the folks. So I'm kind of looking for cable company, independent contractor. Well, not more lucrative, but it's less stress, and I can do what I want. But I have to kind of
Okay, that's the ball game. And with me here, I'll give you what I have for my stats. I have the Kennewick Dusters, 6 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 13 men left on base. Gonzaga Prep, 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors, 8 men left on base. Today's winning pitcher is number 19, Hunter Bolderig. Losing pitcher for Gonzaga, number 2, Cole Curley. Mr. Bolderig went 6 innings pitched. He had the 4 hits, 1 run. There was an earned run. He walked 4, struck out 9. Great job there, Hunter Bolderig. Attendance 62. Great job, fans. Game time duration was 2 hours and 8 minutes. That's our first game here at Crandall Field. The next game will be coming up at noontime. The next game will feature Mount Vernon and Chehalis. So hang around for that. And in the meantime, enjoy the nice afternoon. Come down to the concession stand. Pick out some of that favorite food of yours. And we'll see you at the top of the hour.
Oh, is it Mike? Mike, Peter Allen. Hello. I'm here in Mount Vernon for an Olympics for the Mount Vernon yet. And you should have a string going. They get instructions on how to find it. Okay. Well, I can give you a few minutes if you want. So I can call you back. Or... Yeah, I can do it. All right, I'll do it.
Oh, no, no.
Going,
Adequate. They have a program.
yeah. That's got the Chehalis. Been like 5 years since I've remember what I ran into before.
Well, if nothing else, I'll talk our way out of it.
And
I can do that.
first thing you can do is say, fire. I don't think we'll have you come back anymore.
How come?
I'm talking about that.
Oh,
I'm talking about that. That's, let me go see. Might go call back.
who won the first game?
Can we get 6-1? 6-1.
Huh. You want a water? Huh?
I'm good for now, thanks. That's what I'm doing.
What's that?
For young.
Yeah. they bring it right up to you.
I've got. I'm right. They're right. That's what I'm doing right here. Remember how to do this. Oh, I usually do it as I go. Used to, when I did it more regular, I kind of did a partner thing. It became easier for us to each keep our own score. Because, you know, everybody does it slightly different. CYR. Would that be Sire? Sire? Is it Sire? 24.
Sear.
Sear?
Yeah, for who? What team?
Not Vernon.
I took over the, yeah, I was the president of the Jim Hayes, so he's the senior guy, but I just tell him what I want. He says, okay. He's good about it. Yeah.
Assistant coach of Chief.
Yep. Yeah, I talked to Richard Horse for a while.
He was hanging on when I was in important.
It's fun, but I just when I get through today, I'm all over the other. It's smooth sailing the rest of the way. No, Thursday. I don't know. No, we've got 3 games here. 2 Monday, 2 on Tuesday, and 2 on Wednesday. Thursday. Yeah. Triple started last night. Same place now. We rotated to the Albany area, so we actually have next year off.
Hey, it's Steve. Hello. Okay, are you in a good place? Okay. Be aware it's about 30 seconds behind real time. So what I'll do is, looks like everything's going to be about a minute. And a minute break. And I'll just, give you about a minute 5. Would that work for you? Well, I don't have any interview or anything. About 5 to. You have my cell phone in case there's a problem. When you're ready. Okay, 360 229 234. Okay. I'll have the phone here. Hopefully, I will hear it. Yeah, that'll work too. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to start right at, or do you want me to give you a countdown? I don't want to work this because I don't have anywhere to. Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, we'll do. All right, thanks.
Find a way to get to a farm. And it might not be a full Final Four area, it might just be a Final Four event. Like you might go to this side versus this side.
Just keep one.
I could I would want to see but I could go there's a lot of teams. So we only got 2 players, so we should have 3. We only sent 2 teams. Oh, Plateau was never
Yeah, they want to have a little bit of time.
I know, yeah. Well, yeah, especially when I'm running the tournament every summer, I get 2 weeks off. Yeah. But I don't mind. I mean, it's the first 2 days are outside of that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it's 2 or 1.
2 weeks after we got the place done. I don't know, I coached, he coached with me.
Yeah, I did not know that until you started telling me that. We started talking one day.
Yeah.
Talking about Larry, and I'm like, who's this Larry guy he's talking about? And then I found out he was out of course. Yeah, I didn't know that until it was later in the year we started talking about it. I just started talking about seeing that. Yeah, I was in Anacortes when you played.
Oh, when you really want to say, hey, nobody told me you were probably special ed teacher.
Oh, really?
Oh, he came into my room and he was supposed to do another classroom.
I watched this.
No,
Oh,
and I was teaching special ed. And he came in, his whole eyes lit up, and shit, I'm up with this. You got about 12 kids, but they're all going in different directions. So tell him, you'll have a story. He said, that thing to decide, I didn't want to have anything to do with that, because I don't know how I always put up with it.
So what are you doing? You enjoying life?
I'm teaching drivers in here.
Yeah.
And,
Have you started another book? Did you finish your first book? Yeah. What about your second? Where are you going to start a second?
I'm going to start something. Actually, they asked me to do a second. So I don't.
See if I don't read your book. I'll check it out.
I'm reading one more.
Yeah, I'd love to read it.
Culture and handle. It's all the things they don't. Yeah, for you. I read a couple. Yeah, it's a good experience. It's so good. I mean, myself. I didn't do it to make money. I did it just to put it on the bucket list.
You guys been traveling much? You guys been traveling at all?
Well, not as much as we want to. We've gone down to Texas a couple times. My grandson, but first son was a junior next year. He's been selected for the top 7 prospects in Texas.
For football or baseball?
Baseball. He's going to the USA.
Watch it.
Night. I told Scotty, if you're going out, if you know all the ropes, you know all the people.
Well, he was involved with that whole thing for a while. With Freeman, was it after dinner?
Well, yeah, with Freeman and, Ashton, he won the world championship. He took, I don't know if he's 18 and under or something, they went overseas. So, but anyway, he's doing that, if he wants to, if there's another team starting to like, yeah. So, he's,
You know where he wants to play ball again?
well, yeah, like Virginia, and like the state of Texas, maybe that, he's got about he's a catcher, pitcher, third base, okay. I think he's going on the USA team. And I told him, I said, listen, get on the guy on the radio. You go for a ride if I do it. So, he's not staying. And, so anyway, but, yeah. Experience. Put it on your resume.
You get kids in different areas. I mean, awesome. That's what I was thinking.
Well, see, when I was coaching the football, I always looked so we like I said, we would stay with the kids, and then they would come the next year and stay with us because they got to see it. And sometimes you guys do that now. You need me? So, anyway, yeah, we're doing some cats. Huh? Hey, take care. that you've learned Bill Miller real good.
Well, yeah, that, and I do things. I do video streaming on a regular basis, and so I have just mine's the camera set up for my video streaming.
That'd be kind of easy to video this.
Well, I tried to do a baseball game a couple years ago, and aside from that, I didn't have any power where it was. It's really difficult
With one camera.
with one camera. Even if there were two cameras, you need a crew to do baseball.
Yeah.
Football, basketball, just
All the ball.
yeah. This is a little different. I'd like to try to do baseball. It's gonna be interesting because they're getting I'm doing it on online. Yeah, it'll be interesting because it's about 30 seconds delayed. They're in, so the start will be the hardest.
And they're the contact you.
Oh, yeah, but we're in contact. Just started 12:55.
You have a, oh, you have
But I'm gonna let you sit there and.
a here. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't care.
I actually called it, Tony Walter got some stuff on his kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Whole thing with it's good and it's bad.
What time do they leave to go up to SeaTac in the morning? What's it, early?
Reporter?
Yeah.
The first shuttle that gets there. 4 in the morning.
The shuttle gets to SeaTac about 4 in the morning, because I have a 5:30 flight. In the morning. Huh?
That's always good. Most people do fly early. See, I haven't done it in that long, so I don't remember. It's not something that I want to remember.
Yes. I understand.
But 5:30 flight. No, you got to go. It's the first shuttle. And then you can get up at your house, or you can give them a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm not leaving. I'm going to Carolina.
Don't call the day before.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem.
How much does the shuttle cost now?
Just you going? You're looking about $50. Depending on exactly where you're from. I want to do this now. Dude, I'm the boss. You're just gonna watch and comment.
Oh, I'll jump in right now. Never lost for words.
Well, that's true. Grab your headset.
That store the store is supposed to be coaching today.
Okay. So we're about, what, 5 minutes away from broadcast. Can you hear me okay, Lim?
Yep.
Why don't you give me some...
1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 14, 74, 5, 6, 7. Jimbo Miller.
Okay.
How's that?
That's good. That's good. I don't know. The wind is coming up
What is the wind coming up? Let's try that. That's my mic. Okay, great. Forgot about the wind.
It's okay.
I remember doing one of our baseball games up in Belfair, and we kept switching sides of trying to get rid of the wind,
Welcome to game
and it didn't quite work.
Double A American Legion.
Make sure I got good level here. Yeah. Okay.
With the high school Crandall Field, home of the Olympic Bears.
Now, can you hear them?
Get
Caps.
out your scorecards. We'll do
I can't hear them.
the, lineups.
So we're going blind.
Done that before.
Yeah, well, you know,
For the
it's really on the
River Dogs, leading off number 2.
guy on the board.
You know, you can get Caps radio on the thing there.
Yeah, but that's still delayed more.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Anything on the internet is going to be delayed. I mean, it's just the way it works. Well, not anything. It depends on the system you use.
Because I use my computer
Yeah.
to listen to Caps so that I can listen to Anacortes basketball.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I listen to the games at the state tournament, and the regionals, and districts, and
That's good.
The third baseman, number 14, Ryan.
Gee, I also need the crowd mic.
Batting ninth, the left shoulder, number 24, Dylan Sear. Today's starting
Sear.
pitcher for you,
We'll go with Sear until we hear otherwise.
Also on your River Dog lineup card, number 12, Kim Cummings, number 1, Alex Couch, number 40, Josiah Nelson.
Okay.
who are they playing?
Coaches,
Chehalis?
Does he call them the River Dogs?
No, Mount Vernon River Dogs.
Oh, okay.
Mount Vernon River Dogs and Chehalis.
Whatever. Sobe.
Sobe, yeah. Sobe. I'm
I'm
going to call him Chehalis.
Yeah.
Chehalis Sobe Texaco, I think is what it is. Or not Texaco, Toyota.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell it is.
Now for the
All right. So
Chehalis Sobe Toyota.
Toyota. Okay.
Leading
Yeah,
off, number 11, center fielder Tyson Guerrero. Batting second, the shortstop, number 6, Drew Porgione. Batting third, the catcher, number 5, Kobe Steen. Batting fourth, number 17, first baseman Tyler Hollis. Batting fifth, second baseman, number 8.
that always throws me off. The numbers for the positions. And the numbers.
Yeah.
Always throws me off.
You got to get baseballized.
I know. It's not one thing that I live for.
Well, it's nice that Caps feels this is important enough to
Yeah.
do.
Also on your Chehalis lineup card, number 21, Tyson Paul, number 12, Jared
Yeah.
Mellon,
I've got these,
Brandon White,
um,
number 15, Garrett Yarder, number 18,
the breakdown position and
number 2,
by number.
Bennett.
Okay. Can I hold those?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
By Brian Bullock.
That way it makes it easier. The highlights are the ones that are,
Starting.
well, yeah.
And the bad boys are called.
We're going to start right in the middle of the national anthem, aren't we?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is
Great.
your Chehalis lineup card.
Okay, about 3 minutes,
And
less than
the
3
third
minutes
team
to
on
start.
the field, today's umpires. Behind the plate, calling balls and strikes is Mr. Clint Hoffman. And at first base and in the field is Mr. Clifford Planellis. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the teams on the field. Now, if you please rise.
Okay, good.
I will read the American Legion Baseball Sportsmanship Code. We will do this every game before we do the national anthem.
Great.
The sportsmanship.
At least we're only
code.
doing one game, right?
And this applies to the fans as well. I will keep the rules.
Okay, 2 minutes to broadcast.
Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a
2 minutes to broadcast. I'm talking to Caps. Don't worry, Lim, I'm talking to Caps.
Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the sportsmanship code for American Legion Baseball. Now, if you'd all rise, gentlemen, please remove your hats. We'll play the national anthem. You'll notice the flag is at half staff in honor of those servicemen who were
90 seconds. 90 seconds to broadcast.
Ladies
and
and
count.
gentlemen, our national anthem.
Okay, we're going to be at 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 1 minute. 1 minute. All right, 30 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Mark. 30 seconds to broadcast. 30 seconds. This is going to be almost perfect. 15 seconds. Mark. We go in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, and good day, everyone. Welcome to Crandall Field in Olympia, Washington for the American Legion State Baseball Tournament. My name is Diedrich Allen alongside Lim Elway. Lim, thank you for coming in and joining us for this broadcast on Caps Radio in Mount Vernon, as well as capsradio.com. We have Chehalis and Mount Vernon River Dogs, and this is going to be one of those days, I think.
Yep,
Lim?
it's got two good quality programs. I'm very familiar with Chehalis, and naturally, being in Anacortes, I know a lot of the Mount Vernon program kids, and so it's going to be a very competitive team because I know Chehalis puts a lot of emphasis on their summer team, and they've been very successful in the state playoffs in high school, and Mount Vernon has a lot of good athletes to draw from.
Right, and the winner of this game, just so that you know, will be taking on Kennewick tomorrow. The loser will take on Gonzaga Prep tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Of course, the losers will face each other in this 16-team is it a round robin? You don't call it a round robin, do you, Lim?
No, it's just a straight single, double elimination.
Double elimination tournament. So let's start out with some starting lineups. Let's start out with the River Dogs. You've got Nick Sokol. He's leading off, and he will be playing shortstop. Cooper Tobiasen. He's a designated hitter. Batting third. Carson Lindo. And he is a second baseman. Bryce Fredrickson is fourth, and he's out in right field. Zach Douglas batting, let's see, where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth. And he's playing over there at first base. Carson Goodman is your catcher. Ian Fitzgerald is next out in center field. And Dylan Sire, and he's in the left field. And we're about ready to get underway a little bit earlier than I anticipated. So we have on the mound Cleary. First pitch to Sokol is a ball. So we are underway here at Crandall Field in Olympia, Washington. Second pitch on the way. That one, they're going to call a strike. A little bit high in my view, Lim, but, guy, the Mr. Blue down there is going to be right on top of things. So it's 1-1.
Doesn't matter whether it's high or low. It's whatever he says it is, right?
That's right. Just underway. So the third pitch is way outside, and can't say in the dirt because there isn't dirt down here. It's a field turf.
Yeah, they've done a good job of remodeling this field. And just for those that know, excuse me, I'll say this after he's done.
Another pitch low and outside.
You might have heard about Todd McDougall, who got cancer at a young age and died. And he was the head coach here for a long time.
3-1 strike pitch is fouled off up the third base line, out of play. So you have a full count for Nick Sokol. Just underway here. Mount Vernon and Chehalis on the mound for Chehalis. So, there's a hit up right to the shortstop. He'll throw it over in time to get Sokol at first base, and 1 away for the River Dogs.
You'll find out that Chehalis, I don't know a lot about Mount Vernon, but Chehalis has a lot of quality young kids. It is a baseball town as well as football, and they spend a lot of time on the baseball field, making sure that everybody's doing things the right way.
First pitch to Tobiasen, designated hitter, inside and high, ball 1. And I keep trying to get to the pitcher here for Chehalis. It is Jacob Cleary. There's a pop fly that's going to, nice play.
That's by Forgione.
Yeah, Forgione on the run, kind of grabbed that little, looked like it was going to die out of his glove reach, but he made it over there, and that's a 2 outs.
He's a third brother of 3 brothers that have been outstanding in baseball. For those of you University of Washington fans, he was at the University of Washington, signed after his junior year, and his younger brother somewhere else. I haven't kept track of him, but Forgione was quite the ball player.
So Mount Vernon next up is Carson Lindell. He takes a ball. Second pitch is fouled off, way out of play, off the third baseline. So 1-1.
Well, one thing about it is Mount Vernon's coming to the plate hacking. They're not letting too many called strikes. They're going right after them.
Next pitch on the way. That's outside. Oh, just got the corner of the plate. Strike 2. We're a little bit off from behind home plate, so our view is a little skewed for that one. That looked like it was a little bit outside, but he must have hit the corner of the plate. The 1-2 pitch. That one, same place. That's a line drive into center field for Lindell, and he's on at first. So 2 out, 1 on for Mount Vernon. Go ahead, Lim.
Boy, what's impressive in watching the first 2 batters or the first 3 batters is they've hit the ball very sharp. There's been no foul ball type stuff. They've been line drives, and they look like they're coming to the plate ready to do some damage.
So next batter for Mount Vernon, Bryce Fredrickson. And he takes the first pitch. It's a chopper, fielded and thrown over to first. Did he get him? Yes, he did, and that'll do it for Mount Vernon in the first. So no score, 1 hit, 1 left. We're heading to the Chehalis is coming up. You are listening to American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM CAPS, as well as capsradio.com. Okay, I'm stumbling around a little bit, but I'll get into it.
Yeah. Well, they have to realize there's not a lot of high school broadcasts of baseball.
Yeah.
So it'll take you a couple innings to get warmed up.
I think so. Okay.
We go the top half the first, we go the bottom half the first.
Right, I know. Coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, pop that back. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Getting there.
Yeah, it just takes time. It's a learning curve. At the end of 1, no runs, no hits, no errors. Go to the bottom half the first, or about, you know what I'm saying?
Chehalis is coming up. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just kind of.
You coach me.
Yeah.
Coach me like you coach everybody else.
I won't be as hard on you as I am on
That's
them.
all right. 10 seconds. So I stand by. And we're back at Crandall Field in Olympia. Chehalis coming up. Pitcher for the Mount Vernon River Dogs happens to be Alan Beath on the mound. And the battery got as catcher. It's going. Who's the catcher? Yeah, it's this Carson Goodman, catcher for the River Dogs. First up for the for Chehalis is Tyler Guerrero. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, Tyler Guerrero, followed by Forgione and Steen. And Steen, we're in the bottom half of the first inning. No score. And Chehalis is up to bat with Guerrero. Pitch on the way. Outside, but hit the corner, strike 1. So from my view, this umpire is going to get that corner outside every time, I think.
I've never been an umpire lover, so.
Wonder why, Coach.
Yeah.
Tried to hit a corner again. That one just a little bit outside, so it's a 1-1.
Yeah, they all, whatever.
I know. Let your coach out.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way. There's a high fly ball that's going out to right field, and catching it with no trouble is Fredrickson. 1 away for Chehalis.
The outfield for the River Dogs is kind of young. I think Fredrickson is the older of all of them, are the most experienced.
Now, batting number 6,
They're out there now. They played primarily, I think, JVs, but they're expected to play a role in the varsity next year for Mount Vernon.
Drew Forgione on the mound, got hit by a pitch. So there's a man on base for Chehalis.
Forgione's just a speed guy. He's a very legitimate base stealer. Sometimes since Chehalis likes to hit and run, or they like to bunt and run and do a lot of different things. They like to get up on you.
So pitch inside to Caleb Steen is a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. 1 on. Bottom of the first inning.
Got a pretty good lead over there at first.
Next pitch on the way. Inside, got the corner that time. Strike 1, 1-1.
See, at first, if you notice at first, they're taking a big lead as soon as the pitcher moves, they go back. They want to get a one-way lead and figure out what kind of a move he's got.
Next pitch on the way. Inside, working that inside corner.
Yeah.
But that was a ball, so 2 balls, 1 strike for Steen. Again, 1 on. 1 out. Bottom of the first. Chehalis and Mount Vernon. Chehalis is at bat. And Beef just kind of looked back for Gioni.
Yeah.
We
call it the chicken wing move by a left-hander.
That one was low. Called ball 3. 3-1 for Steen.
Look for Forgione to go on this one. He's got a pretty good lead over there.
Taking that lead.
Yeah.
Beef in his windup and the pitch. That one's a ground ball. Hits by the third baseman into center field. And Steen is on. Forgione on the play, goes over to second. So 2 on.
I'll tell you, both teams have come into the plate hacking. They're not taking many called strikes.
Next batter for Chehalis is Tyler Paulus. Waiting for the pitch from Beef. Outside, ball 1.
He looks like a power hitter, doesn't he? He's got big legs and probably either a wrestler or a football player on the side. And
next pitch on the way, that's inside. Strike 1.
Now, one thing that really amazes me that Forgione at second base isn't taking a real big lead. It's real small, and then he comes off with the pitch.
Next pitch on the way. There's a pop fly that's going to drop into left field. Forgione's on his way to score. Bobbled out there in the outfield, and Forgione is in. And Chehalis is up 1-0.
And notice there hasn't been many taking the pitches in this game so far. Both teams. I was impressed with Mount Vernon. They were swinging the bat the first strike and hitting the ball well. And the same thing with Chehalis.
Chehalis' next batter is Noel Wolin with 2 ons, 1 in, 1 out. There's another hit, the same spot as the last time into the left field, and Steen's going to hold up there at third base, and the bases are loaded for Chehalis with 1 out. Sorry, that was, I went third now. Paulus is on second, and Wolin's on first.
I am a little puzzled why they have a shortstop playing so far over to second base, because both of the hits have gone right where he could have knocked him down or made a play or something.
Pitcher Jacob Cleary is the batter for Chehalis, and he swings at the first pitch, fouled straight back, almost right in our face if there wasn't a fence there. So that's 1 strike to Cleary. Bases are loaded for Chehalis. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 is our score. Pitch on the way. There's a pop fly. That's going to go right to center field. And it's caught. Tagging and coming in to score is Steen. And over sliding into third base was Paulus, I believe. And he is safe, called safe there. So we have another run in.
Travis Storr has every right to complain on that throw to third base. He looked like he was a dead duck. The umpire was standing right by the mound. He knew where the play was going to be. That's why they're not my favorites.
I understand that. So Cleary has a hit there. He's over on first. And we have
That was not good
Paulus over on
umpiring
third.
skills.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
No,
All
you're
right.
fine. I was just thinking out loud.
Emery, Austin Emery at bat and going over to second base, making it safely is actually Olin.
Good job. The runner at first took off, and they tried to get that runner at third, and didn't work out. But it was a good play.
Okay, there's 2 outs now. I'm trying to catch up with my own notes here.
Okay,
Sorry, Lamb.
that's okay.
2 runs are in for Chehalis. Next pitch is a swing and a miss by Austin Emery. 2 strikes.
I don't understand.
2 on, 2 in, 2 out. Bottom of the first, Chehalis and Mount Vernon. Chehalis at bat, another swing and a foul off the screen, the fence.
Yeah, here's what I don't understand. The guy at second and third, they've had 3 hits right on the shortstop's area, and he's playing close to second base. The shortstop is. They must have a scouting report that they hit. Ooh.
There's another grounder straight up to the right of the pitcher. Throw over to first. Did he get him on that
Yep,
one?
they
Yes,
did.
he did. So
Bang, bang play.
Mount Vernon is, Chehalis gets 2 runs on 3 hits. Head to the second with a score of 2-0. You are listening to the American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps, as well as capsradio.com. We'll be back in 1 minute.
You done? Are we off?
We're off. At least we hope so.
Would they go 7 innings?
Yeah.
I've got to try to limit my criticism of. But did you understand what I mean? The shortstop's way over there to second base. There's no need for him to be over there because unless they throw behind the run, I don't know.
Lim, I don't know either.
I know. I know you don't know.
I'm just trying to get myself acclimated. Like, it's been 5 years since I've done a baseball.
Yeah. Hey, did you do it 5 years ago?
Probably.
Where at Shelton?
When I was with the radio station there, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they did baseball.
Very rarely.
Oh.
It was only because I insisted.
Oh.
I got about 10 seconds.
Now batting number 34, Zach Douglas.
Start of the second inning, Zach Douglas is up to bat for Mount Vernon. 2-0 Chehalis. Douglas swings and hits a ground ball. It will be fielded by, let's see, who took that? It was Olin throws it over to Paulus, and Douglas is out.
Boy, this is a game that fans love. Throw the ball, hit the ball, run, either get a hit or get out. One of the two. Fast-moving game.
Carson Goodman, next batter for Mount Vernon. Pitch on the way from Cleary. That one's right down the middle of the plate. Strike 1.
Both pitchers working quickly. That's nice. That's what fans like.
Next pitch on the way. Inside, and a swing and a miss by Goodman. 2 strikes on Carson. Top of the second inning. Mount Vernon at bat. Chehalis. Cleary on the mound. Pitch on the way. Check screens. Swing, but they're going to call him out anyways. Strike 3. So 2 away for Mount Vernon. And that brings up Ian Fitzgerald, center fielder for the River Dogs.
He's one of the many young kids that they have on the team. Will be a sophomore.
Pitch on the way. That one's way outside.
Yeah.
He lost that one. I think Cleary kind of lost the grip on that one. He left his fingers there. He knew it too.
Yeah, there are not very many balls thrown.
Next pitch on the way.
Oh.
Ooh. I think he's trying something different there on that grip. Don't know anything about pitching, Lim, but it just seems to me he's trying something a little bit different this inning.
Yeah.
And that's a chop grounder fielded by Forgione. Thrown a high. Got it. Wow. What a grab by Paulus. At first, he had his foot on the bag, reached up and still snagged that ball. And it's 1-2-3 for Mount Vernon in the second. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Score still 2-0. Chehalis. You're listening to American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps, as well as capsradio.com.
Are we off?
Yeah. Just give me 5 seconds when I do that.
Yeah, this is rolling by pretty good. Pitcher throwing strikes, batter swinging the bat, umpire making a lot of bad calls, making them strikes instead of balls.
Yeah.
What are we, top of the third or bottom of the second?
Bottom of the second.
I can't see
I
that.
know. It's so you got about 15 seconds here. Leading off the second inning for Chehalis is Dylan Smith, as the Chehalis Sobe Toyota team leads 2-0. And there's a strike. I think that was a curveball.
Yeah.
So strike one to Smith. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a pop fly. That one's going out to center field. Calling for it. Fitzgerald makes the catch. No problem. One away.
Again, pitcher throwing strikes, batter swinging the bat, either hit or an out.
Next up for Chehalis is Hunter Fox. Yeah, Fox. It's spelled F-U-C-H, pronounced Fox. I believe his father works for the Department of Transportation, if I'm not right, if I'm not wrong, or some relation. And he gets a ball, called ball one on his first pitch. One away. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Chehalis leads 2-0. Second pitch way outside, ball two. Is there a little bit of nerves in this?
Well,
Lim?
yeah, a little bit. Sometimes. I'll go ahead.
Yeah. Pitch on the way. There's a fly ball hit to center field. On the run is Fitzgerald, and he'll catch that one.
It depends on the mentality of your team. Like for example, I've had teams that we've did small ball the first couple innings just so they could get themselves put back together. And if you have a veteran team, you go out there trying to jump on somebody real quick and bury them. So it just depends on the mentality.
It's a two away for Chehalis. And top of the order, Guerrero takes a called strike one on that outside corner.
I don't have the age of this kid on the mound, 6'3", 165, but he looks like he does a pretty good job, always around the plate.
There's a pitch. It's a hit that's taken. And Lindell will throw it over to Douglas, and that's the inning. So 1-2-3 for Chehalis. In the second, we go to the third. Mount Vernon coming up, and we'll be back. You're listening to American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps, as well as capsradio.com. Okay.
What's this, Alan Beath?
Beef, yeah. I believe so.
B-A-T-H.
Hope so.
Yeah.
If we're pronouncing something wrong, please give me a text. Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we here? So Morrell should be the next batter, right?
Who do you have as the next batter?
Ryan Morrell. Okay, about 15 seconds here.
Top of the third inning starts with number 4.
Top of the third, Mount Vernon sending up Ryan Morrell. First trip up, scores 2-0 Chehalis. Mount Vernon at bat. First pitch to Morrell is a ball, low and outside. Ball 1. Next pitch on the way. That one hits the turf and takes a high bounce. Ball 2. I was just thinking in the warm-ups that Jacob Cleary for Chehalis was settling down a little bit, at least in the warm-ups. He doesn't look like he settled down.
For some reason, he's got wild the last couple innings. I don't know why, but he's kind of, and the thing is, too, when you're all over the place like he's been the last couple innings, that umpire doesn't have a chance to hone in on the strike zone. He's always trying to dodge pitches.
That was a third ball. That next pitch is right down the middle of the plate. Strike 1. So it is 3-1 to Morrell. And Morrell hits it up the third base line. Fair ball into the outfield. He'll get to first. Is he going to go for 2? He's going to go for 2 as it goes all the way to the corner. And Morrell gets the River Dogs' first hit of the game coming in the third.
Good job.
Double.
Again, swing the bat, hit the ball, run the bases. That's the key.
That'll bring
Did
up.
a good job.
Sorry. All right, that'll bring up Dylan Sire. I'm going to go with Sire.
Okay.
C-Y-R. I hope that is correct.
Batter number 24, left fielder, Dylan Sear.
PA saying Sear, I'm saying Sire.
Just all you got to do is hit the ball.
Hit the ball, Dylan. Let's call him Dylan.
Yeah,
we can call him Dylan. So Cleary's taking his time, keeping an eye on Morrell over there on second. Swing and a pop fly. That's going to hit into, it's going to drop into center left, or center right, excuse me. On the play, Morrell goes down to third, and another base hit, or the second base hit for Sire. He's over in first.
First and third, none away. Got a little bit of playing room.
That brings.
See what,
I'm sorry.
No, see what Store has up his sleeve for this situation.
So top of the order, Nick Sokol is on at bat. Want to bring in somebody as the River Dogs trail 2-0. Top of the third inning. Pitch on the way. That's outside. Ball 1.
According to Coach, he's hitting about 340. He's a little energizer bunny for this group. So
how tall is? How big is he?
Somebody said he was about 5'6", 5'7". I'm not sure, but
pitch on the way. Sorry,
all I know, he's full of energy.
Yeah, he looks like it. He looks like he can really sprint out there.
Yeah.
So it's a ball 2 to Sokol. Because again, Cleary's a little bit erratic. I'm going to say a little erratic here in the third.
Yeah.
He's given up 2 hits so far. That one, strike 1, just on the outside corner. Like how the umpires wait.
Yeah.
And then call that strike. So Nick digs in again with a 2-1 count. 2 on. Runners are at the corners. Pitch on the way outside. Ball 3. 3-1 and on the play. Oh, let's see here. They're going to call him out. As Sire tried to make it over to third on the play, and I think they tagged him. He tagged him on the shoulder. And that's a first out.
I was watching Story or one of the coaches came about 3 feet out of the dugout. One of the assistant coaches turned around and walked away, and Story's out there yapping at him. This base umpire's not been a friend. It looked like he's blown 2 calls, but we're up here in the press box, and he's right down next to the action. What he said was that even though the throw was high, he tagged him on the shoulder.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. Limit was right there, and the tag and the catch were the ball all reached the shoulder at the same time.
I have to give the umpire credit, though. He was on the spot that time.
So 1 away now. Nick Sokol will Ground ball at the third base line. Fair ball. In to score is going to be Morrell. And over there with an RBI single is Nick Scoble. And it is now 2-1.
Well, and this is where as a coach you start second guessing yourself. Why didn't I wait? They would have got a double play, maybe, and we would have still scored the one run. And you know, hindsight's a lot better than foresight. That's for sure.
So that will bring up Cooper Tobiasen, designated hitter, takes a ball outside and a throw over to first, and Sokol slides back easily.
Yeah,
He made it look a little bit more difficult, but that throw was a little high, and I think it was pretty safe.
yeah. So if they're gonna steal, they're gonna probably steal with this guy, Sokol.
So Tobiasen, another ball outside.
And he's just
2-0.
kind of lost his concentration or his release point or something here the last couple innings, and he's given up, what, 3 hits in this inning?
That is correct. One
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
So the count is 2-0 to Tobiasen. That was a low pitch. Tobiasen thought about swinging at that one, but wisely said no. So he has a 3-0 count now. You're chuckling.
I was thinking about what I used to say. I said, you know, that umpire's got to bend his legs a little bit, get down. See, that's a good pitcher's pitch, that last one.
Yeah, that was a called strike. Yeah. Right on the outside corner there. Tobiasen has a 3-1 count now.
Yeah.
He's got runner over on first. Sokol takes a lead. Not quite as big a lead as we saw Forgione take, but he's got a lead there. So the 3-1 count, and there's a pop fly into right field. It takes a hop. Sokol will go to second, and there's another hit as Tobiasen reaches standing up.
Tell you what, the kids are swinging bats today. The pitchers are throwing strikes. It's been a real entertaining ball game so far.
And that will bring up Carson Lindell.
And realize we haven't had any errors yet. Yahoo!
Yahoo!
Everybody play solid.
Quiet. No more talk about that error.
Yeah.
So Lindell will dig in. He's got 2 swing and a miss there. Ball looked low to me. Strike 1 to Carson Lindell. And 2 on.
He's probably the best hitter on the team right here. He's
pitch on the way. That one's outside. Ball 1. 1-1. I was just going to say that there's 2 on and 1 out. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. At 2-1 is the score. Chehalis leads. Mount Vernon is at the bat. We have a little conference on the mound.
Yeah, they're trying to decide what they're going to do with the little
guy over there. Sokol over there at second. Yeah, I would be a little bit worried about him.
We say the little guy with deep respect because he's got speed to burn, and they have every right to be concerned about him.
So 1-1 is the count. Lindell will wait for the pitch from Cleary, who's given up 4 hits here in this inning and a run. Oof. There's a called strike 2. So 1-2 for Lindell.
Don't be surprised if you see a catcher shortstop pickoff on this guy at second base. He's getting a pretty good secondary lead.
So Cleary is taking his time. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And Lindell goes down swinging. So 2 away for Mount Vernon. And it is Bryce Fredrickson up to bat. Again, there's 2 on. Sokol over at second. And Tobiasen at first. Fredrickson. Curveball. Strike 1. It's a nice curveball.
Yeah.
When I can tell it's a curveball, that's a nice curveball.
Yeah, and it was on the inside part of the plate, too. So.
So 0-1.
Here's another curveball. You know how I can tell?
No, you tell me how I can tell.
The runner at second base is watching the signals of the catcher. Watch when he spreads his arms, it's a curveball.
Okay, I see it. Pitch on the way. Strike two. Didn't look like a curve there.
It was.
It was?
A curveball,
It had a little
yes.
bit more speed than the first one.
Well, that's fine. But it
That's
was,
the whole point of it.
yeah.
Okay. So we have 0-2 to Fredrickson. As Chehalis is Cleary.
Fastball. Well, maybe he doesn't know.
Looking things over, keeping an eye on Sokol over there at second. Outside. That's ball. Ball one. So again, we're in the top of the third. 2-1 is the score. Chehalis on top, Mount Vernon at bat. 2 on, 2 out. Count is a 1-2.
Here's a fastball.
Limbs in the head. Pitch, and it's a foul ball just off the first baseline. So Fredrickson's still alive.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm impressed with the batters on both sides, both teams. They're both covering the plate. They're getting those 2 strikes, but they don't let that third one get by. Even Lindell, who struck out, he was swinging all the way.
So the 1-2 pitch on the way from Cleary. That's a pop fly. That's going to go out of play over practically to the football stadium behind us. Had a lot of speed on that ball when it went over the press box and everything. So still 1-2, 2 away. Getting top of the third, 2-1. Chehalis leads. Mount Vernon at bat. Cleary settling in, keeping a close eye on Sokol over there in second. Outside, ball 2. So 2-2. I get the feeling that Nick Sokol has a really good understanding of the game because he's watching everything that's going on while he's out there at second.
Yep. Well, and then that comes from the coaching staff.
So a ball 3 called there. Full count for Bryce Fredrickson.
Pitcher just hung the shortstop out to dry. They had a pickoff move on. He was on second base, and the pitcher threw it to the plate. So there's a little bit of miscommunication.
So full count to Fredrickson with 2 out. Ball in, takes a hop, and everybody goes 1 base. So that's a base on balls for Fredrickson. So loads the bases for Zach Douglas, who grounded out in the second inning. And his first trip up. The River Cats have 1 run in and 4 hits in this inning.
Boy, River Dogs could sure use a good base hit or a double.
Pitch outside and high. Ball 1 for Douglas.
And this is where you have to you learn the mentality of the team as far as hitting concerns and their plan at the plate. This pitcher's been all over the place. Now they got to make sure he throws a strike.
1-0. There is a pop fly that's going to go to center field. Is it going to get in there? Yes, it does. Takes a 1-hop over the center fielder. Sokol's in. There's another run in, and a third run coming in. Is sliding in safe there is Fredrickson. So 3 runs are in, and a 3-run double for Douglas. Oh, they're going to call. They're going to take the 1 run.
No. Sokol didn't touch home plate, and so they went and tagged him out. So no runs scored.
Oh, wow.
Holy
Thanks for catching that
schmoly.
one. Sokol was 0 runs. You just heard from the umpire, 0 runs. And Sokol will be called out. Wow, that was a
killer.
huge change in momentum there. It was going Mount Vernon's way, and you got Travis Storer out there discussing things.
Well, they knew it right away. The pitcher who was the plate was watching run. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. He backed up home plate on the hit to center field. Sokol, who was at third base, came in and didn't touch home plate, and so they went and tagged him out. And if that was the third out of the inning.
That's correct. Yeah, you're right. I was watching Sokol at the end of after he came in, he was moving some equipment out of the way.
Yeah, but he didn't touch the plate.
And he didn't touch the plate, so no runs after that, but they did get one.
What a killer.
4 hits in the inning, but the score remains 2-1. We're heading to the bottom of the third. Chehalis with the lead, and we'll be coming up, and we'll be right back. You're listening to American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM, 660 AM Caps, capsradio.com. Interesting.
Well,
we're off.
I'll explain the situation.
Yeah, when we come back. So we may be.
Well, they're not going to umpire. They're not going to overrule an umpire's decision.
This is what baseball is all about right here. That's why they're called the third team on the field.
We can listen in here. And we're back at Crandall Field, still discussing the last play that ended the inning for Mount Vernon on the first half of the third, and they brought in the tournament director, and the play stands as called on the field. Lim, and you were going to explain something really quickly?
Well, what happened was they had the bases loaded. They had a base hit. The center fielder dove for the ball, missed it. All the 3 runs scored, but the runner at third with 2 outs didn't touch home plate, and that would be a force out. So contribute that to the pitcher. The pitcher was wide awake and knew what was going on.
So the first pitch swinging for Forgione, throws it over, or hits it over to, that was Morrell, throws it over to first base and gets Forgione.
Yeah.
1 hit, 1 out.
Well,
one swing, 1 out, I should say.
That was an unexcusable error by Mount Vernon, but that's why they're kids. They just need to learn those things, and sometimes they learn them through hard knocks.
Steen takes a strike 1.
But talk about the last inning. Let's give Mount Vernon credit. They battled. They had 4 hits, I think, that inning.
Yes.
They battled.
Next pitch on the way. That one is outside, or actually inside. Ball 1. 1-1 is the count to Colby Steen for Chehalis. Chehalis leads 2-1. And then we're in the bottom of the third inning, 1 away. Next pitch is ball 2. On deck for Chehalis is Tyler Paulus. So we're 2-1 to Colby Steen, 1 away. There's a hit right up the middle, and almost fielding it cleanly. Who was it? That was Lindell. Couldn't get over to first in time, but the ball is still free. And it looks like Steen's going to make his way over to second.
Lindell was upset he didn't make the play, threw the ball over the head of the pitcher, and the catcher had been running down to first base to cover up on maybe an overthrow, and alert base running by Chehalis, and the guy went to second base.
So Colby Steen is over on second, 1 away. Tyler Paulus is up for Chehalis with a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the third. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for Paulus. Strike 1. I was never a good batter, so I don't know what goes through any batter's head.
Yeah, well, it's like anything else. You're going to be successful. You got to have a plan. What am I going to do on each pitch count and all that kind of stuff. It's only easy to those people who are in the stands. If you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
And you get too many things in the kid's head, and then all of a sudden he's thinking about those other things, and he's not focusing on what he needs to focus on to be successful.
So B throws in. That's ball and a throw over to second, but Steen's back safely, standing up.
This Beath is throwing a pretty good ball game. He's, had a few hits the first couple innings, but he's settled right down to throw a good game.
Throw back to second and tagging him out. Sokol.
Boy, that was a good move. Good coordination between the shortstop and the pitcher. They had the runner dead.
And he knew it, and he tried to take off, and he stumbled and ended up on the ground. And
you actually don't think he's going to out quick Sokol.
No, that's true. Sokol was really quick to getting there. So, you're right there at my feet now?
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, you're out. So 2 away now. And still the batter is Paulus. He'll swing and pop one out.
This is the first time I've seen a batter swing a lot of bad pitches. He swung at 2 bad pitches and fouled them off. But mostly those guys are really honed in on the strike zone.
So 1-2 is the count. 2 away, nobody on for Chehalis. Pitch on the way. Called strike 3, and Tyler, go back to the dugout. You're out. So that's it's up with 1 hit. Nobody left on. And Chehalis still leads at 3-1. We head to the 4th inning. Yeah, again, I'm sorry, 2-1. Excuse me. Got to get that right. And nobody else has scored. So 2-1. Chehalis on top. Mount Vernon coming up in the 4th. You're listening to American Legion State Baseball on a 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps, capsradio.com.
Welcome to Olympia. State Capitol, get an opportunity. I would encourage you to take the players down to see our state capitol ground, especially our Capitol building. It's a beautiful facility. Well worth the trip to go down there. And it should all be open. None of the legislators are here now. They've done what they could, and they're gone.
Done what they could.
In 3 sessions and 174 days or some stupid thing like that. Yeah.
We got a couple of times.
30 seconds.
Is everything okay at their end?
I haven't heard anything.
Our sponsors for our high school program, they're out there competing their services like tires or soft drinks or trophies or chainsaw. We got vendors out there
10 seconds.
on the outfield fence line. Tell them the announcer at Olympia High School sent you down there. We'd also like to remind the fans not.
We're back at Crandall Field in Olympia. This is the American Legion State Baseball Tournament. Mount Vernon River Cats and Chehalis Sobe Toyota heading to the top of the 4th inning. 2-1 is our score. Mount Vernon is sending up Carson Goodman, catcher. Start the 4th inning. No change in the pitching, just to throw that out there. Jacob Cleary still on the mound for Chehalis. High on the first pitch, ball 1 to Gooden. Always get lost when we have an inning end the way the last inning ended for the River Dogs. As Goodman takes a called strike 1. Always can get confused on who gets to go next in the next inning because you kind of forget after a half inning. Ooh, that was really inside and high. Ball 2-1 to Goodman. Top of the 4th, 2-1. Chehalis leads Mount Vernon at bat. Nobody on, nobody out. Pitch on the way. Strike 2 to Goodman. That was a pretty pitch.
That was a good pitch, yes.
Okay, the umpire says 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's a chopper that's out of play. Foul ball. I still have 2-2. Is it 2-2 or 3-2?
2-2.
It's 2-2. That's what I thought. Maybe he misspoke, or maybe I misheard him. I probably misheard him. So even count, 2-2 for Goodman. That one's high. There's the 3rd ball. So now we have a full count. Carson Goodman struck out in his first, in the 2nd inning. First, there's a pop fly that's going to go way out of play. That had some speed on it and went over to the classrooms over there off the 3rd base line. Hopefully there's no window broken there. So we wait for Cleary, pitch on the way. Oh, he's going to call that a strike. Called strike 3, and Goodman strikes out for the second time.
Boy, those
today.
pitches look like they're a little bit high.
It did.
And that's why you saw him swing at that high pitch the previous, because he's a really inconsistent at the upper top of the strike zone.
Ian Fitzgerald at the plate, and he'll foul one off. Nice catch, coach. On the hopper on a play. Saw a Storer there, one hand.
Well, he should. He was a pretty good athlete when he was at Mount Vernon. I think he went on to Clemson. I remember right.
So it's I'm gonna call that a strike as well. Wow.
Yeah.
So 0-2 to Fitzgerald. And there's a ground ball that will be gloved by the third baseman for Chehalis, throwing it over to first in time to get Fitzgerald. Now that's 2 away.
Again, they're playing. Both teams playing flawless defense. We've had a couple, whatever. I think they called that a hit and an error in center fielder last time when the bases were loaded for Mount Vernon. But they've been playing solid baseball.
Pitch on the way, and a first pitch swinging and a hit over to third base. Same play as last time, and Morrell is out after one pitch. So 1, 2, 3 go the River Dogs. And we head to the bottom of the fourth, still 2-1. This is American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM, 660 AM Caps, and capsradio.com. Okay. Got to watch the mic thing.
Well, I put a grape in my thing, and then all of a sudden I heard myself chew it. Oh my God!
Somebody down below us chewing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We're doing the best we can here.
Well, when you talk to them, just ask if there's anything we need to improve on.
I'll do that.
I mean, because they probably do baseball up there.
Yeah, they do. They've done a lot of it.
Yeah. And we don't profess to be experts at all.
No. So I got about 15.
August 25th, Tuesday, August 25th. Keep that in mind as we come back to that after this inning is over. Now batting for Chehalis, number 8.
Bottom of the fourth inning at the Crandall Field. Chehalis leads 2-1, and it's Noel Woolen taking a ball 1 on the first pitch to start the inning. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a pop fly, and that's going to get in. Is that going to drop in? It does drop in out in center field. And Woolen will power over to second on a leadoff double.
Again, the pitchers are throwing strikes. The hitters are hitting them or swinging at them.
That'll bring up Jacob Cleary, the pitcher for Chehalis.
Jacob Cleary.
Let's see here. Got a sac fly in the first inning. And throw over to second. Gets Woolen back to second safely.
Needless to say, the River Dogs are expecting a bunt here out of the pitcher.
So Beef will throw one, and Cleary he swung at that one, but he fouled away. Oh, I was confused there. I thought that was Story out there on third base, but it couldn't be. There is another pop fly for Cleary. That one may drop in there. No, nice diving catch by Fredrickson out there in right field.
Good job. Good job. Got a good jump on the ball. That looked like it was going to fall in there for a minute.
It did. But this speedy little Fredrickson made it over there sliding and made the catch. So that's one away. Still one on, as Woolen's sitting over there almost like he's stranded on second. And that brings up Austin Emery. Pitch is inside, ball one. Emery grounded out in the first inning. So 1-0. Pitch on the way. Strike right down the center of the plate. Just like he knew what he wanted to do.
It's surprising too. We haven't seen any small ball when they're butting today. They're just going up there hacking and hitting the ball, doing a good job.
Lim is still early.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way. There's another swing. That one's fouled off, just foul off third base line.
You know, one thing I like about though, that umpire's getting out there and he's calling that ball right away, fair or foul, and so there's no problem of the kids knowing, you know, do they need to play on the ball or do they need to let it go? That's good.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Emery. Base and throw. There's a line drive ground ball into its left field. Coming around to score will be Wolin. And with an RBI double is Austin Emery. So that'll make the score 3-1. Chehalis. So 1 in, 1 away, 1 on, and that brings up Dylan Smith. Pitch on the way, and that's a foul off pop fly way out of play.
The batter number 19, Dylan Smith.
Hear that crack of the bat, Lim.
Now, those are solid hits. Yep.
So beats into his windup in his pitch. That's ball a little high for Smith. And gives him 1-1. Next pitch on the way. Hits the turf low.
Good moving by the blocking by the catcher there. Goodman did a good job.
You can also look back.
The runner at second.
Yeah, runner at
Walden.
second. Yeah. Well, it's Emery on the
Oh,
second.
Emery, yeah, that's right. Walden.
Walden scored. He's in. And there's another ball. So that makes it 3-1 on the count to Dylan Smith for Chehalis. They lead now 3-1. Bottom of the 4th inning we are. Crandall Field in Olympia. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So again, there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th for Chehalis. 1 on and 1 run has scored. On deck for Chehalis is Hunter Fox. But Dylan Smith gets a pitch inside, and he'll take his base. So there's now 2 on for Hunter Fox.
I'll tell you what, Alan, the pitcher on the mound, Beef, he has a real good game plan with some hitters. He moves the ball in and out, up and down. It looks like he's hitting spots and doing a real good job of keeping them off balance most of the time.
Pitch on the way. Hit that corner on the outside. Strike 1 to Fox, who popped out in the 2nd inning for Chehalis. That's the last at bat. Pitch on the way. Hits the turf. Runners are going, and they get to the bases. Oh, they could get, nope. Oh, guy's coming home here. And coming in to score is Emery. Nobody was paying attention for Mount Vernon, so another run scores.
The ball was thrown there and went right through both the shortstops and the second baseman's leg and went out to center field. And those things aren't supposed to happen.
No, and on the play also, Smith moves over to second. And there is a ground ball that Sokol will take between 3rd and 2nd. Throw over to 1st. Did he get him? No, he did not. And on the play there, let's see here. Emery's in. So let's see. That'll be. Wait a minute. I'm confused here. Okay, Smith's over at 3rd now, and Fox is on 1st. All right. Now with the base hit. That's right. Okay. So that'll be the 3rd hit in the inning for Chehalis. Guerrero, top of the order for Chehalis. Bottom of the fourth inning is now 4-1. Chehalis leads. Pitch outside, ball one.
Guys on first and third, left-handed hitter up. Look for that guy up first. Look for him to try maybe hit and run or something like that. Get another run in or whatever they can do. I don't know what their philosophy is, but
There's a grounder into the right field. In to score now is Smith. The third run in the inning. And let's see, there's the fifth hit, I believe, here. And it looks like Story's going to go out and chat a little bit with Alan Beef.
Yeah.
Who's gone 4 innings here. And giving up, let's see here, I've got 8 hits.
Yeah.
And now 5 runs.
well, and two, I don't know what the mentality of the pitcher is, the emotional mentality, but is he able to cope with adversity? Is he able to bear down? And naturally, he hasn't had some help here this last inning, and he just needs to say, okay, I'm going to take charge of the game, and I gotta. But he's not a strikeout pitcher; he's a spot pitcher, and so he's just got to try to do the best he can and do his part. He has to realize that his job's to throw strikes, and his teammates are supposed to create outs.
So Drew Forgione is at bat for Chehalis with a 5-1 lead, and he'll bunt, and everybody's safe because there was no throw over to first or anything. So everybody's safe, and over there on third base, let's see, that was Hunter Fox, and he was thinking about coming home too, but he said, okay, the ball's right in front of me, so I think I'll just...
Well, with one out, bases are going to be loaded. You got the top of your order up. No need to take an unnecessary chance. You got the lead.
So the bases are now loaded, and that brings up Colby Steen. Takes strike one. So it's 5-1. Bottom of the fourth, Chehalis leads, and they are at bat. Pitch, and there's a hit. Picked up, throwing it over. Is he in time? Is he out?
Yeah, he's out.
He's out. So we get a run in.
Yep.
We got a run in too. So
second and third,
yeah.
2 away.
Okay.
Another run in. Should be what, 6-1?
Yes, 6-1. Just try and catch up here and find out what happened here. So let's see here. That's so we have at bat. That's Tyler Paulus. That's out. Okay. So 2 away, 6-1. Ball goes back to the backstop, coming in to score sliding safely. And another run is in, and that was Guerrero. He's in. So that will make 4 runs in the inning. It's 7-1 now. Is that right? Yeah. So, actually, that makes it 5 runs in the inning. Excuse me. I'm trying to catch up.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. There's a whole lot of things going on.
All right. So Paulus has 1-0, and it's popped up out of play. It's like Forgione, who, by the way, is all the way over at third now.
Yep.
And let's see what happens here, as it's now 1-1 for Paulus. Outside ball 2, 2-1. So there are 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth. 5 runs are in for Chehalis. And Tyler Paulus has a 2-ball, 1-strike pitch, and he'll hit that one right to the third baseman. Goes off his shoulder. He's going to gather it, throw it over. Nope, he didn't make it in time, so another run scores. And safely over to at first is now Paulus. As Forgione came in and scored. All right. So that brings up Wolin.
Second baseman, number 8, Noel Wolin.
And he started this inning.
Yeah.
Way back when.
That tells you something, doesn't it?
Yes.
Something that you don't want to hear.
That pitch on the way. There's a pop foul off the first baseline out of play. Just to remind you that you are listening to American Legion Baseball. This is 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps Mount Vernon. We are in the bottom of the fourth. 8-1 is our score. Chehalis still at bat with 2 outs, but have 6 runs in here in the inning. And there's a called strike to Pullis. So 1-1. There's a ground hit up the third base line. Another hit given up. Pullis is over at first. And let's see here. That brings Steen over to... No, Steen's not out there. Steen's in. Where am I here? Oh, yeah, we're down here at the bottom. Fox is in. I'm confused here.
That's okay. There's been a lot of activity this inning, so don't feel too bad about it.
Okay, now we have Jacob Cleary. Okay, Wallen. All right, now I'm catching up here. I'm on the wrong page here. So Cleary is at bat again. He takes a ball. So that was Wallen over at first. Pullis is at second. And Jacob Cleary has a 1-0 pitch on the way for Chehalis. That's inside ball 2. And we have a timeout. And I don't know, do you leave Beath in there to try
depends on how deep your pitching staff is. Depends on, Allen might be the best they got. I don't know. I usually start your best one the first game, but he's the best they got. And let's be honest, Chehalis is not a subpar league program.
That's true.
They're in the high school playoffs every year and getting the regionals usually all the time. And this is a feeder. This is most of their high school kids, so they're not slouches by any means. And Allen's been doing a good job. He's moving the ball around. He's moving the ball around. He's I don't know if he's an emotional kid or intense kid or whatever, but he was 7-0 in summer before he got here, and he's a spot pitcher, and so he has to rely on that.
He's got 2 outs here in the inning. And there, he hit the corner on that one too. So that's 2-2 to Cleary, 2 on.
So you just have to, Storr knows what he's doing. He should know his players. He knows his players, and he's going to, he has to make decisions based on, they got tomorrow.
And there's a ball. Throw over to third, but not in time. And making his way to third is Tyler Pullis. And
sometimes the hardest thing in the inning is to get that third out, and that's proven to be a factor this inning.
Yeah, they've got Wallen over on first, Pullis at the third. The count is 2-2 to Cleary. And there goes Cleary. Actually, it was 3-2, and so Cleary walks. So the bases are now loaded, and that'll bring up Austin Emery.
I see you start looking at the body language of the players, and they're Allen's just struggling a little bit, can't get anything going positive, and he just got to bow his neck and make good things happen.
Pitch, and there's a ground line drive that's dropped, so 1 run will score, and that puts Austin Emery with an RBI and another hit here in the inning. I've lost count here. I think that's 8 hits in the inning.
Yeah, see, that's a hit that should have been caught. And here's Allen. He's out there saying, God, come on, guys, give me a little bit of help. I mean, I don't want you to do anything extraordinary. Just make the basic plays. And unfortunately, they're not giving him the kind of support he needs to be successful.
Dylan Smith is up next for Chehalis. He has the bases loaded. We're in the 4th inning, and there's an 8-run lead for Chehalis. Pitch on the way. There's a strike. Strike 1 to Smith. Pitch on the way. There's a grounder. That one's fielded nice. It's a little bit bobbled, but getting it over there in time to step on the base and force out is Morrell. And the River Cats get out of the 4th. We head to the 5th, but a lot of damage was done. It is now 9-1. You're listening to American Legion State Baseball on a 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps and capsradio.com. Wow.
And fans, get back to that.
Yeah. I was hoping that we wouldn't get to 10 runs in that inning to 5, right?
American Legion night at Cheney Stadium, where
And we're at the top of the
Raiders will
fifth.
take on the
Right.
Memphis Redbirds. Tickets for fans are $16, which will include a hot dog, a bag of chips, and some water. We sell enough tickets.
20 seconds approximately.
Our 3 championship teams will be introduced with the Rainier team, and they will throw out the first pitch. Tickets can be bought at our concession stand. $16 for a ticket. Help support American Legion. Also, we're selling the State Berlin t-shirts.
And we head to the top of the 5th inning. Chehalis 9, Mount Vernon 1. And the River Dogs are going to send up, let's see here, it's Sire, right? Yep, Dylan Sire to the start out the 5th inning. A lot of ground to make up, but it's not impossible for the River Dogs. Pitch on the way, that's way outside. It's Cleary's kind of lost a little bit more control here, at least early in the innings.
Yeah, and Mumford's capable of coming back. They swing the bats really well, and they just kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple of times, especially with that bases loaded fiasco we had a couple innings ago.
Kind of let the air out of the River Dogs a little bit
absolutely.
too. So that was another ball on that pitch. The third pitch, still a ball. So we got 3 straight balls thrown by Cleary. He may be running out of gas here as well. And I would be, personally, I don't know, but I would be surprised if Beath comes back for the next half of the inning. As Cleary finally gets a strike there, strike 1. That's 3 balls and 1 strike to Sire.
This is really what I like to do during the summer. You find out the character of your people when they're down. Are they going to roll over and play dead, or are they going to battle back?
There's a swing and a miss. So it's a full count to Sire. He did have a hit his last trip up. Next pitch on the way. There's a pop foul out of play off third base line. Hopefully nobody's on the path over there. There is somebody on the path on the side there. So we're in the top of the 5th inning, 9-1 Chehalis, Mount Vernon at bat. It's Dylan Sire. It's a full count. He'll pop another one foul out of play. They're hacking away. They're not letting anything go there.
They're battling. That's all you can expect from kids is just go out there and leave it all on the field. They seem to be doing that right now.
Next pitch on the way. There's a pop fly. That one's going to drop in there for a base hit. Sire rounding first, but he'll hold up there. But that's what you want. Battled it all the way to full count there. And ends up with a hit. So 1 on, nobody out. 9-1 is our score. And now up to bat is the top of the order, Nick Sokol.
Now batting number 2, Nicholas Sokol.
He did have my notes here, the RBI in the 3rd.
Yep.
Pitch on the way, right down the middle of the plate, strike 1.
Yeah, now they're to the point where they need to take a strike. They need to make the pitcher throw a lot of pitches. They need to try to get the count in their favor and then get some base hits and all that kind of stuff.
There's a fly ball out of play. Just kind of didn't really put much motion in there. Just wanted to make contact because that was going to be a strike either way. So it's 0-2 to Sokol. Nobody out, 1 on for Mount Vernon. Top of the 5th inning. There's a foul tip out of play there again. If you're Mount Vernon, you want Sokol on.
Well, if you're Mount Vernon, you want anybody on. You want to be able to start the inning with the bases loaded.
Right, that's true. If you're Chehalis, you don't want anybody on.
No, you
You
want to make them hit their way back in the ball game.
Next pitch on the way. There's a pop fly. Is that in play?
Yep. Nope,
Yep,
going out.
out of play. So 0-2 for Sokol. Nobody out here in the fifth inning, one on. His leadoff hitter, Sires, over there at first base. Can't forget about him. Only reason I say can't forget about him is because there's a post in the way here and I can't see him.
Well, and the thing is, too, they're down by, what, 7 or 8, and they're not going. You wouldn't think they would try anything.
There's a ground ball. That one's fair, caught at the third base, and it looks like Sokol will make it the first time. As really Smith for Chehalis didn't have a play. You looked at second, looked at first, couldn't make up his mind. Now there's 2 on, nobody
That was
out.
a good play just to get to the ball.
So Sokol's over at first, Sires at second, and the batter for Mount Vernon is Tobiasen, designated hitter.
Now, if we were in the like a third inning, we'd probably expect a bunt here to put 2 guys in scoring position, but they got a lot of runs to make up for them, so they don't want to give up an out unless it's.
So Tobiasen popped out in the first and had a single there in the third, and he takes a strike 1. Still nobody out though. 2 on. Top of the fifth, 9-1 is their score. Chehalis leads. Mount Vernon is at bat. Cooper Tobiasen.
Good pitch.
Yeah, strike 2 called there. Inside on that inside corner. From my angle, it doesn't look very good, but when you're down right there in the plate,
it was good.
It was
good
a really
curveball.
you're right. You're closer to the middle of the.
Don't put the pressure on me.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Next pitch on the way is swing and popped out of a playoff against the fence here. Backstop. And still 0-2 for Tobiasen. Nobody out, 2 on for the River Dogs. Cleary still on the mound, looking in, taking his time. Wind up in the pitch. Ooh, that was way off. A nice job, though, by Steen to keep that ball in play. He had to reach quite a ways over to his right to stop that ball. I don't know what happened with that pitch from Cleary. So it's 1-2 now for Tobiasen. There's a line drive that's picked up by the third baseman. He'll tap to third and 1 out, but Tobiasen's safe over at first. And so Sire is out at third. Sokol's over at second, and Tobiasen is at first, but there's 1 away. And that will bring up Carson Lindell for Mount Vernon. Still 9-1 is our score. We're top of the 5th inning. Chehalis leads Mount Vernon at the bat. In the ball goes all the way back to the backstop, so everybody advances a base, and Steen didn't really have a throw. So everybody is advancing a base. Sokol's now at third. Tobiasen's at second. And Lindell has a 1-0 for the pitch count.
Well, they got to have a base hit here to kind of work their way back in the ball game. And it's supposedly their best hitter right here, according to the coaching staff.
Second ball for Lindell.
So he struck out last time swinging on the inside curveball off speed or whatever.
Yeah, struck out and he had a ground out in the first inning. Yeah. Next pitch, he's going to pop that one out. Is it playable? Not quite. It's kind of over the fence on the third base line. So that makes it 2-1 to Lindell.
Now, see here, what you got to do is you got to think about it. If you're the coach, if he hits it to the right field or hits a 2-hopper, you're going to try to score that guy from second base. You need the runs, but you can't give out the out.
And there's another foul off.
So when you're a coach, you have to start thinking 2 or 3 plays ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what am I going to do? Because that kid at second base is going to be running hard. Do I want him to score and have a bang play either way at the plate, or do I want to, you know, keep him third?
2-2 pitches high, ball 3. full count, 3-2. Again, there's 1 out in the inning, 2 on. Runners at second and third for Carson Lindell. Takes pitch. He'll smack that one into center field. It's going to drop in, and tagging in and scoring is going to be Sokol. He'll touch the base this time for sure. Yes, he made sure. Next runner comes in, and there's 2 runs are in, and it's a 1 out, 2-run double for Carson Lindell.
Yep.
So that's good news here.
Good hit, 2-strike. Hacken hit the ball left off field. Did a good job.
So that will bring up Bryce Fredrickson. And he walked in the third. But it's now 9-3. As Mount Vernon is trying to mount a comeback here. There's 1 on and 1 out, 2 in. Pitch way outside, goes all the way to the backstop. Runner for Mount Vernon is going to go all the way to third. So Lindell is now on third. And Fredrickson has a 1-0 count.
See, you're measuring your character at your ball club store. They came back after having a disastrous 4th inning and went out of the sales, and they could easily rolled over and played dead, but they're coming out here swinging and putting the pressure on Chehalis to make some plays, and here we are. They got, 2 more runs with a guy on third.
Yeah, Steen, the catcher for Chehalis, just had a nice chat with the pitcher, Jacob Cleary. Pitch on the way. That's outside. Ball 2 to Fredrickson.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, he's going to call that a strike? Really?
Yeah.
Looked like it was like a foot off the plate from my angle. But 1-1 is the count now, officially. Inside pitch there is knocked into the third base dugout.
That last pitch looked like it was inside corner of the batting box.
So it's a 1-2 for Fredrickson. Only 1 out, though. 2 in. And 1 on for Mount Vernon. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that's a line drive up the second base line into center field. And that'll bring in Lindell. And safely over at first is Fredrickson. So the River Dogs are starting to get to Cleary, finally. At least to something that says official here.
Yeah.
So 3 runs are in here in the inning. 1 out, 1 on, and that'll bring up Zach Douglas for Mount Vernon. Pitch, and it's a hit right up past the first baseman into the right field. Everybody's going to hold up for 1 base. So you have Fredrickson over at second, Douglas at first. And by my count, that's the 5th hit in the inning.
Yep. 1 pitch at a time. Here comes the coach out to talk to his pitcher.
For Chehalis,
yeah, you have to make a decision. What are we going to do? Are we going to stay with this guy?
Nope. Now it's like we have a pitching change.
Yeah.
So Cleary's going to go sit down, and who's the man that's going to come in?
We're gonna.
Looks like number 9 there. Got to look at the right sheet there. Is it 9? Well, we'll tell you who the pitcher is when we come back. So we'll take a pitching change break, 1 minute. And this is American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps, capsradio.com. Who is it?
Brad White. Or Brandon White. Are we off?
Yeah. Yeah, this will be a minute.
And your attention, please. Now pitching and release Chehalis. Number 9, Brandon White.
Okay, about 10 seconds. New pitcher for Chehalis is Brandon White. He'll take over with score at 9-4, and he is First pitch is a foul ball out of play to Carson Goodman. Now it's a 1 strike. Now we have 1 on, and that's Zach Douglas. I'm sorry, 2 on. You're right. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I've got to catch up in my thing. So Frederickson's over on second. Douglas is at first. That's what I was trying to get to. So 2 on, 1 out. And the man up for Mount Vernon is Carson Goodman. As a 0-1 count for the new pitcher over Brandon White. Oh, he hit the pad. Wow.
And we don't have stats on the pitcher, or don't have height and weight on the pitcher, but he looks like he's about 6'3", Brandon.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
So we got Frederickson moving over to third. Bases are loaded.
pitch batter. Oh, okay. No, courtesy runner for the catcher.
For the catcher. Okay.
Number 1, Alex Couch.
Yeah, Alex Couch is out there at first.
Batting number 27, Ian Fitzgerald.
All right. So. All right. So it brings up Ian Fitzgerald for Mount Vernon. First pitch, swinging. That one's a pop fly, caught out, and he's trying to tag up, but no, just 1 out.
There's a kind of a line drive pop up to the first baseman, and they were going on the bat, going on the crack of the bat, and Couch was smart enough to read the ball and get back.
The bases are still loaded, but now there's 2 outs for Mount Vernon, and brings up Ryan Morrell for the River Dogs, trailing now 9-4, top of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way from White. That's ball. Ball 1 for Morrell. So the River Dogs trying to battle their way back here in this game after falling behind by 8 runs. There's another fly out of play for Morrell. 1-1 is the count. Morrell had a double in the third. Next pitch inside. They're call that a strike. So strike 2 to Morrell. So we have the bases loaded again.
Okay, watch for a pickoff at second base by the catcher.
Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout. Get out of the inning, but damage was done. 3 runs were scored by Mount Vernon. They now trail 9-4 after 4.5 innings. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th for Chehalis. Again, the score is 9-4. And you're listening to American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps, capsradio.com.
Everybody on your feet? Let me see you singing. Oh, I can see some people over there.
I always like to watch the other, watch away from the action. That's why he'd given a signal to the catcher to pick off the runner. We always used to do that too. You always throw behind because the guy that's on second, and if there's somebody on third, he gets lackadaisical, tries to take a big lead.
Okay, about 30 seconds.
Yeah. And he was a big lug. He wasn't very fast.
Where are we here? No, 15 seconds. Okay, so Smith is up. And we're heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 9-4. Chehalis on top. Mount Vernon cut into the Chehalis lead in their half of the 5th, and it's now 9-4. New pitcher for the River Dogs. It's Josiah Nelson on the mound. I kind of figured they'd make a pitching change there after the trouble that Beath had in the last half inning.
I think it more was a pitching change for not his pitch count rather than, he had done a good job of throwing, hitting his spots and whatever. Sometimes when you're a slow pitch, not a slow pitcher, but a spot pitcher, it isn't your day. But I mean, he did a
great job early in the game.
Yeah, he did. He pitched well enough to win or well enough to be ahead.
So Chehalis will send up first Dylan Smith to start out the bottom of the 5th inning. Curveball a little bit high. Ball 1. Next pitch on the way. And that's a strike. 1-1. Next pitch from Nelson. That's a pop fly. That's in play. It looks like Nelson's going to just call it, get under it right to the left of his mound, and there's an out. Good way to start.
Anytime you get it out, that's a good thing.
So 1 away for Chehalis in the bottom of the 5th. And that will bring up Hunter Fox for Chehalis. Nelson's first pitch to Fox. Strike 1. That, again, was a very pretty pitch.
Yeah.
Not very fast, but it was effective.
He's got slow and slower.
He's effective so far.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen his fastball yet. Oh, there's a hit right back to the mound. Nelson bobbles it a little bit, throws it high, but nice job by Douglas to keep on the bag, and there's out number 2.
It's all about throwing strikes and getting out. He's doing a pretty good job right now.
Well, you got a couple of good plays by Douglas at first. It keeps base runners off for Chehalis early in the game here. So now your top of the order is Guerrero for Chehalis. That's strike 1. Wow. I'm liking Nelson's form. I really am. He's very smooth out there. I don't think he's thrown a fastball yet. Oop, there's a hit. It's going to drop in center field. Should have said nothing on that one.
Yeah.
And Guerrero's on base. I don't know. Was that the fastball? I couldn't tell.
I don't know. It might have been his drop ball. It just kind of dropped because of inertia.
So Drew Forgione is up for Chehalis.
But again, the bottom line is pitchers throw strikes, let them hit the ball, let your infielder, outfielders work for you.
Pitch on the way, a little outside. Ball 1 to Forgione. 2 out, 1 on for Chehalis. They lead 9-4. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. We're at Crandall Field in Olympia. State American Legion baseball. First round game. Pitch on the way. There's a pop fly. Is that playable?
Yep.
Looks like it. Trotting over there, making the catch. Fitzgerald, and that'll end the inning. 1 hit, no runs. We head to the 6th inning. Chehalis still leads 9-4. You're listening to American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps and capsradio.com. Getting back into things, yeah. I hope so. Hey. I'm trying, Lynn.
You know, it's hard to do a baseball game. You don't have any stats.
Yeah. Okay, 20 seconds, Slim. Top 6th inning about to start here. 9-4 is our score. Chehalis leading. Mount Vernon coming up to bat. And leading it off will be Dylan Sire.
Well, it's getting down to the point where they got to score a bundle now.
Well, Sire is 2 for 2 in this game. Surprised about that. Really, I don't know why. I looked at my sheet and it's like, oh, hey, Dylan Sire, 2 for 2. First pitch on the way. Fastball outside. ball one. I'm saying that's fastball because that was all arm. Like you could see it from here. Don't know what White was trying to do on that one. Make a statement, maybe?
I don't know. I know the umpire walked out to the mound to tell him something. I don't know what it was.
So it is 1-0. And the next pitch is fouled away, out of play.
All I know is the batters are not letting a lot of strikes get to the catchers. I mean, good strikes. I mean,
Good pitches, yeah.
yeah.
So 1-1 is the count. Pitch on the way. Just nicked that outside corner. 1-2. I think White is just going all fastballs here, at least the first three pitches.
Well, he's got a 4-run lead. He just needs to throw strikes and let him hit the ball.
And that one's a ball, so 2-2 to Sire. Nobody out. We're just in the top of the sixth inning. Chehalis leads 9-4. Mount Vernon's Dylan Sire knocks it out of play on that one. Still 2-2. Mount Vernon is swinging at anything good. You said it earlier.
Yeah.
Anything that they think is good, they're going to swing at it.
Yep, they're going to get their hits and their hacks.
Next pitch on the way. Strike 3 called, and Sire goes down looking.
Well, see, you can tell the batters are a little bit confused about what a real strike is. They might not get that kind of they might not have that kind of a strike zone in their league or their area, Northwest. And so they're a little bit, you can see they're a little bit confused to, what you call a strike and what's a ball.
So Sokol is the next batter, and he takes a ball one. Speedster out there. Let's see here. He ground out. He has a couple hits, as well as a couple of runs scored.
And missed home plate.
Well, we won't say that again. That was a strike on the next pitch. Fell out of play. You're making me think too much, Lim. Next pitch on the way. It's a ball, too. 2-1 is the count. One out, nobody on. Top of the sixth inning. Chehalis 9, Mount Vernon 4. And call that inside pitch strike. So 2-2 to Nick Sokol.
One thing about it, I don't think we've had a lot of walks. I think we've only about 3 or 4 at the max. And
outside corner, strike 3 called. So Sokol goes down looking. Let's see, it's White's third strikeout since he entered the ballgame.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up Cooper Tobiasen, the designated hitter for Mount Vernon, with 2 away. Nobody on. Tobiasen, let's see here. He flied out in the first, had a couple of base hits, and took strike 1.
Well, he's doing his job. He's throwing strikes, and I think the batters are a little bit befuddled about what the strike zone is.
And that one's right down the middle of the plate, no doubt about that one. So, no, that was a ball. See, now there is a doubt. Boy, my goodness. I don't know what a strike zone is. So 1-1 is the count.
That was a good pitch.
There's a strike, too. Okay. That looked like the same one, the last one, Lim. But
yeah.
I'm not the guy behind the catcher, so I don't know. Pitch on the way, and there's a swing and a ground ball into the third base dugout.
As much as they want to complain, or we kind of cast some doubts, the umpire has not had a bit of influence in what the score is or everything. The kids have been swinging at pitches that are good. And
there's a ground ball at the first baseline, bobbled by the first baseman, gets into center field, and Tobias reaches first. So 1 on and 2 out for Mount Vernon. And Carson Lindell is up to bat for Mount Vernon, trailing by 5 runs here in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch to Lindell, who walked in the third and had a hit in the in the 5th. That pitch was no doubt about a ball because it was way outside there.
Yep.
So 1-0 is the count. Next pitch, throw over to first. Diving back safely is to Bison. Didn't think he had much of a lead over there, Lim, but
And the coach is saying, just forget about him, just throw strikes.
throw strikes, yeah.
You know, I mean, don't. Sometimes they just don't understand what's important.
Umpire calls time.
You know, like this pitcher needs to just be thinking about, you got 2 away, get this guy up, let him hit the ball, let his team behind him do the work, and don't worry about the guy first.
So next pitch on the way there is a swing and a pump out of play.
2 away and a 4-run lead.
And the count is a 1-1. That's right. Keep looking at the wrong player here. So 1-1 to Lindell with 2 away and 1 on. And that's ball 2 for Carson. He had a double in the 5th. That's what I'm looking at here. Can't read my own writing, Lim. That's the problem.
Yep.
Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. So 2-2 for Carson Lindell. 2 away, top of the 6th inning, 9-4 Chehalis. Mount Vernon at bat with 1 on. White looks in for the sign and throws it just outside. High ball 3. Full count for Lindell for Mount Vernon.
Better be going at first.
Pitch on the way. There is a pop fly is going to drop in to left field, and everybody advances. Well, everybody. I should say that Tobiasen goes over to second. Lindell at first.
That's a good piece of hitting. That was an outside pitch, and he just kind of just reached for it and plugged it into the left field.
That brings up Bryce Fredrickson for Mount Vernon. Some hitting here with 2 outs. This is what you want.
Hey, they're continuing to battle at the plate.
Trailing by 5 runs. 2 outs, 2 on. Nobody scored here in this inning. A swing and a miss by Fredrickson on the first pitch. Of course, if you're a coach, you don't want your scoring to come with 2 outs.
Yeah, well, you want to come anytime.
Anytime, but you'd
Anytime.
prefer more opportunities.
Yeah.
Next pitch on the way. There is a pop fly. Is that playable? It's into left field, and it's caught by Emery, and that'll end the inning. So Mount Vernon, well, doesn't get anything. Get a couple of hits, but nobody came in. It's still 9-4 Chehalis. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Sobey leading. And you're listening to American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps, capsradio.com.
Looks like we'll be here tomorrow at 9 o'clock or something.
Yep. Here with Steen now. Okay. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and 9-4 is the score. Chehalis leads, and they're up to bats. Starting out the inning with Colby Steen. Nelson into the windup in the pitch. Hit that outside corner, strike 1 to Steen. Just looked out at the flagpole that had just the American flag on it earlier, Lynn. Now it has a Canadian flag as well. Next pitch popped up, playable in left field. Frederickson will just get under it, and there's out number 1.
You know why, don't you?
Please enlighten me.
Bellingham's here.
Oh, okay.
I think Bellingham, they're Canadian or whatever. I don't know, but I'm sure it has to do with the Bellingham team.
All right, so 1 away for Chehalis. Tyler Paulus is up next. Nelson, high kick. There's that curveball, strike 1. I'm liking that curveball.
I'm telling you what, he's not fancy. All he does is throw strikes and let him hit the ball. Does a good job of staying ahead of batters and throwing strikes.
And there's a ball, as you say that.
Well, it was close to the plate.
It was close to there.
He's getting close. He doesn't get behind too much.
Next pitch on the way. There's a swing, a line drive, cut nicely. Making the play there was Lindell. Nice play.
Yep.
A little bit off to his left. He kind of stumbled a little bit getting started, but he had got there in time. So 2 away.
Sometimes you have a tough time reading it against the crowd and against the backstop and whatever, but bottom line, it's an out.
Brings up Noel Wallen for Chehalis. Nelson pitches high, ball 1. That one got a little away from him, I think. There's a pop fly out of play way over beyond everybody, crowd and everybody. So that makes it 1-1 to Woolen for Chehalis. Top of the 6th inning. I'm sorry, bottom of the 6th inning, excuse me. I got this top and bottom thing here, and I'm not even paying attention. Next pitch is a little outside. Ball 2. 2-1 is the count. Nelson into his windup. Pitch. There is a pop fly into left field on the run and catching it over his head.
Beautiful
with a nice catch is Frederickson. He's had some good plays over there in the right field, and that ends the inning. So no hits, no runs, nobody left for Chehalis. We head to the 7th inning with Chehalis on top, 9-4. You are listening to American Legion State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM, Caps Radio and capsradio.com. Yeah. Yeah, they're home.
So, anytime they're up, it's
I know. I was just not thinking. Most of the game I had a break for.
Without stats or anything, it's hard to say what these guys should be doing or not doing or who's their best hitter or whatever.
Yeah.
Get the year there.
Watch it. 30 seconds. It's all right, Lando.
Oh, you don't even get the year that they're in the school.
I know.
So, there's no fill stuff. You know what I mean?
Got about 5. So last chance for the River Dogs. Top of the 7th inning, trailing by 5 runs, 9-4. They're leading it off with Zach Douglas. Takes a called strike 1. Top of the 7th here. Any thoughts so far, Lim?
Well, I've enjoyed the game. I think the River Dogs have played well, and naturally, Chehalis has played well. They just had that one inning where they gave up 5 runs or something like that, and they just seemed to fall apart. And they're not fall apart, but things just didn't work. And then the bases loaded, getting called out at the plate. That turned the game around. I mean, there's been 3 runs with more to come. So they'd have been ahead.
Zach Douglas takes a strike 2 called and then a ball. So it's 1-2 for Douglas, leading off the 7th. And he'll ground one up to shortstop. He'll throw it over to first. Got him. Nope, went out of his glove. And Douglas is safely on first. Doesn't look like Paulus could handle that one.
Nope.
So the leadoff hitter is on for Mount Vernon.
Yep. Anyway, anyhow, just get on base. That's how you score runs.
And that will bring up Carson Goodman. Carson, yeah, he reached in the last, or in the fifth inning, and he struck out in the third and the fourth. Strike one called.
Again, now the philosophy of Chehalis is make them hit their way back in the ball game. Just throw strikes by the pitcher and make the plays defensively. And
next pitch a little high and inside.
But that had his knees buckled a little bit.
Yeah. So 1-1 is the count to Goodman. White with the pitch. Hit that outside corner. Strike two. And there is a pop fly to center field, caught, and Goodman is out. Pop out. Staying over there at first is Douglas.
Good job by the center fielder. You notice he got down, crouched down so he could see it with the background. The hardest ball to catch for a center fielder is the ball hit right at him.
And that will bring up the Fitzgerald. Check swing on that one. Strike called, though, for Fitzgerald. One away. So 1 out, 1 on. And an 0-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Tipped it a little bit, but it's still a strike.
Yeah.
At least that's what the umpire said. Didn't look like it from here. That was a lot of speed on that ball. So 0-2, the count to Fitzgerald. Ryan Morrell on deck. That one got a piece of it, but goes out of play. Still 0-2. 1 out and 1 on. Top of the 7th, 9-4. Chehalis leads Mount Vernon up to bat. Ian Fitzgerald waiting for the next pitch. That one's way outside behind him. And on the play, Douglas will make his way down to second. That got all the way back to the backstop, and that was way off. It went behind Fitzgerald. I mean, he just stood there and looked at it go over his back, behind his back.
It's like Bull Durham. Oh, gosh.
Don't throw one at the
mascot.
Mascot. And the next pitch on the way, swing and the miss.
Now, that's the first time I've seen a hitter swing the ball out of the strike zone.
Yeah, Fitzgerald goes down swinging. So 2 away, and that will bring up Ryan Morrell. And there's 1 on, 2 away here in the top of the 7th. There's a called strike 1 right down the middle of the plate. A lot of time here by White. Looks back over there at Douglas, and there's a hit that's going to drop in center field, and we have runners at the corners with 2 away. Top of the 7th for Mount Vernon.
Never over till it's over.
Oh, I didn't say anything like that.
Yeah.
And Dylan's higher. Here's the man up. He has 2. He's 2 for 3 in a strikeout. Unfortunately, struck out in the last inning. There are runners at the corners for Mount Vernon. And each of them take a little bit of a lead. White on the pitch. Look, the ball. A little high on that pitch. From our angle, Lim, to me, it just looked like every pitch is a strike.
Yeah. No, it looks like the umpire has a goofy strike zone, but he might not.
Ooh, that one's inside. Steen made a good play to make sure that didn't get by him.
Yeah.
Ball 2 on that. So 2-0. 2 away, top of the 7th. Runners on the corner. Mount Vernon. Dylan Sire up with a 2-0 count. There's a strike for White. That's a 2-1 to Sire. 9-4. Chehalis on top. This is pretty much the last chance for the Bulldogs in this game. Or not the Bulldogs. Thinking wrong thing about the River Dogs.
River Dogs.
There's a pop foul out of play. Makes it 2-2. Runners have their leads at the corners. Douglas at third. Burrell at first. Another foul off the bat.
See, that pitch looked high, but he didn't want to let it go and give the umpire an opportunity to call it strike 3. So that was a good piece of hitting by him just to make contact.
All right, next pitch on the way. There's another foul off.
He's battling.
I don't give up. These River Dogs don't give up.
Well, that's one thing I've really noticed today is they come up there ready to battle. They swing the bat.
And that was a called ball 3. So full count for Sire with runners at the corners, 2 away. 9-4 is the score. Chehalis is still on top. And a full count for Sire. Pitch on the way. And there's a walk, though. Walk those bases loaded.
Okay, tying run at the plate. He's got to score to stay in the ball game. The guy at the plate.
Guess who comes up is Nick Sokol. And there we have a timeout called. And a chat at the mound. Just hold on a second here, Lim.
Yeah.
I just need to answer a text in a minute. But yeah, we have a conference at the mound for Chehalis. They are leading 9-4, 2 away. Bases are loaded for Nick Sokol.
And the coach probably saying, listen, you got one more out to get. Just throw them strikes, let the defense work for you. I don't want to bring in another pitcher to use him because you might want to use him tomorrow or down the road or whatever. And they have pitching rules, appearance rules and stuff like that. And so he just wants to get out of this, have him throw a strike, and let's get out of here.
He throws a ball. So Nick Sokol takes a 1-0 stance there, waiting for the next pitch. Pitch on the way. There's a strike 1. So 1-1 is the count. Top of the 7th. Mount Vernon at the bat. Pitch on the way. Strike 2 called. Boy, that was a low one. Boy, oh boy, the crowd doesn't like that.
No. If you notice, I'm sitting down now, so I can't see.
You can't see. I understand, Lim. Yeah. Next pitch on the way. There's a little dribbler up to the pitcher who just kind of underhands it over to Steen at the catcher, and that is the inning, and that is the ball game. So the River Dogs did battle back, or try to battle back, and they held out. But it's they fall in the first round here in the state playoffs 9-4. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be right back. As the final is Chehalis 9, Mount Vernon 4. You're listening to American Legion's State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM, Caps and CapsRadio.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
That really messed up my scorecard. The final score, Mount Vernon River Dogs 4, Chehalis Toyota 9. I have Mount Vernon with 4 runs, 11 hits.
My wife
he
drives me crazy. Well, I can't find it. She wouldn't let me tell her where to find it.
Winning pitcher should be number 7. Jacob Clary, and I believe the losing pitcher would be number 9, Alan. Again, don't hold me to those numbers because then they got messed up. The game duration was 1 hour 55 minutes, and I had attendance at 156 people. Thank you very much, fans. We'll be doing the third game of our 4 games today, starting at 3 o'clock, which is about 1 hour from now.
Okay. I'm going to total this up. Does it really matter?
How many runs hits? Do you want me to do that? I can do
You
that.
can't read my writing.
Oh.
It's all scribbles.
How many hits did each team have?
Let's see. Okay. Looks like I've got 11. And just a time. Hold on a second.
For Chehalis?
That's for Mount Vernon.
Oh, 11 for Mount Vernon?
That's what I've got, yeah.
Okay. We don't need to comment on the other team.
All right, here we are back at the Crandall Field. Final score, Chehalis 9, Mount Vernon River Dogs 4 in the first round. So that means that the River Dogs are going to play at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning against Gonzaga Prep right here at this field. Crandall Field.
In Olympia.
And Olympia, yeah, thank you, Lim. Just a quick little, I've got, let's see here, 4, 8, 5. What is that? That's 12 hits. I got 12 hits for the River Dogs for some reason. And let's see, it's 14 for Chehalis. A lot of hitting in this game either way. But the big problem that Mount Vernon had was obviously that inning where they actually scored 3 runs, but somebody failed to touch the home plate.
Yeah. And they had a couple other innings where Chehalis scored 5 runs, and they had an opportunity to minimize the damage, and it just didn't happen. But it was a good game. I was impressed with both teams as far as hitting is concerned. They all went up there swinging the bat. I don't know how many strikeouts were, but I don't think there were more than 4. But the pitchers threw strikes. I think Alan Beath ran out of gas or had high pitch count, but he was hitting the spots and letting them hit the ball, and that's what his job is. He isn't a power pitcher or a strikeout pitcher. He's a guy that pitches his game, and I thought he had a good game plan for Chehalis and executed it well. He got a high pitch count, I would assume.
Yeah.
Also, this was a pretty good play game as far as defense is concerned. Yeah, we did have some errors, but a lot of them were hustling errors, and you don't mind that as a coach. And the kids offensively went up to the plate, and they either were swinging strikes or had a good, game plan for themselves when they were hitting. So there were, as we mentioned before, during the game, there was not a lot of good pitches that were let go by. They swung at them, and in the first 4 innings or so, we had a lot of line drives. There weren't a lot of foul balls, and so. Mount Vernon, they got behind, but they battled back. They had that 1 inning, I think, in the 6th or the 5th. They had the bases loaded, and they were battling. They don't need to hang their head on this game at all, other than the fact that they wanted to win, but you could only have one winner, and they weren't the winner.
Right, and I'm counting the River Dogs as 6 strikeouts for Chehalis. Chehalis pitching staff at 6 strikeouts. Most of those by White. I'm thinking he had at least 4. I'd have to break it down a little bit more to get that. And that's something to overcome. And like you said, it was a little bit erratic on that strike zone from time to time. And it could have been, I don't would say a factor, but a little bit harder for your hitters to figure out, okay, what's a strike and what's not. Is that right?
Yeah, young kids cannot adjust to, they know the strike zone, and they have a hard time emotionally adjusting to an erratic strike zone because they get up there with 2 strikes. They have a hard time figuring out what's going to be a 3rd strike and what's not going to be a 3rd strike. And when you start doing that, they kind of lose their focus, and you know, and all that kind of stuff. There's just a lot of things. That's why they're kids. And they, but I thought they maintained their composure very well. I was very impressed with Mount Vernon's composure. They just went out there and did their job and let what happened happen and tried to do what they could to minimize Chehalis' success.
All right. Well, Lim Elway, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for the second round game in the consolation brackets. Or I guess you can't say consolation. It's the double elimination. So the River Dogs have at least one more game. 9 a.m. tomorrow. They're taking on Gonzaga Prep from Crandall Field in Olympia. And again, the final, Chehalis beats Mount Vernon 9-4. And we will talk to you tomorrow morning at 9. You've been listening to American League in the State Baseball on 102.1 FM and 660 AM Caps Mount Vernon and capsradio.com. Thanks for tuning in.